All right. This Dirty Trucking getting ready to get a late start. It's 4:32 p.m. and yet we still have tire games going on with this car. Oh man, I'm gonna let you see what's happening. We're looking at 25 right there on the driver's side tire. Now I made a video. I stopped at the Pilot yesterday. Got gas. Been driving around, but I've been noticing these tire issues. I have pinpointed to picking up these young girls in their 20s in their neighborhood. Now, nothing appears to be wrong with the tire. It's possibly somebody in this garage came up here and let the air out of the tire. But let me tell you what's going on that I noticed. Every time I've had a tire issue with this car, I've picked up somebody young in their 20s, turning down their block to come pick them up. When my tire got cut, the same tire, when that same tire got cut, I just replaced his tires. They're doing to me what happened to me when I was over the road trucking. They were doing shit to the tires to have me go in my pocket buying tires. I'm not gonna keep buying tires. I'm not. I'm gonna take this tire back to where I got it from and let them inspect it and tell me what happened to the tire. Now, last time they said the rim was bent, and the rim was slightly bent, and the tire popped off the bead. That's how the air came out. And a contributing factor is these potholes in the city of Detroit. Everywhere you go, it's fucking potholes. I don't like these, pro tires. They're not good here in the city of Detroit. You got potholes every fucking where, and you just be riding down the road and one just sneaks up on you. But they using an issue that you ran over a pothole to wait till I get out the car, and I think they're either coming to the car, fucking with the car, or they fucking with the car when I'm away from the car. Now let me give you a scenario. Now you a trucker. You experience with tires. You know how tires operate. There's no way I could be driving around hours with a tire issue and not have signs of it on the dash that the tire was going down. I didn't. I picked up one young lady yesterday, made a U-turn in the street to get on her side because she was on the left side of the street. After I pulled off her block, the car started sounding funny with the tire. It was like a thump, 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 thump when I'm slowing down. But when you're going at high speed, it's fine. Okay, I'm like, what is? I thought something was up under the car, got caught in the tire, somewhere around the tire. I stop at the light, look at the tire. Tire's not going down. But this is the third time I picked up a young lady and something has happened to one of the car tires. The first lady, a nail ended up in a tire. The second lady on this same tire, I picked her up, and mysteriously the rim decides to want to let all the air out after I pick her up, and they claim I hit a pothole. I didn't hit a pothole when I picked her up. I was driving fine, it just all of a sudden went out. So, but the problem here is I can't catch these individuals. There's no way in hell. I got off at 4:30 in the morning. I'm driving all that time, even hearing this little funny noise with the car, the thump, 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 thump. That my tire pressure is still 41 all up until the time I parked this car here in this garage. It was 41. The pressure was 41 when I got out this car at 4:30 a.m. Now I come out here, the tire gauge says it's 25 on this tire. It don't seem to be. It don't seem to be. This tire, I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, either somebody let the air out of it, because the current temperature here is 45. The only time that air in your tire decreases is when the temperature get cold. It increases when it get hot. That's why as a semi-driver, when you put your tire pressure at the correct pressure and then it gets summertime, you need to check your tires. Because now in summertime, that air is building up. And that's why a lot of you be riding around out there and your tires pop because too much pressure has built up in your tires from the heat of the road. And it's summertime and you didn't check your air pressure. Now you may have put your tire at 110, but now your tire is saying 120 and 125. That pressure pops your tires. So in the summertime, you got to go let a little air out your tires. In the wintertime, you got to check them to see if the air has sucked out the tires because of the cold air. Now you got to add air to the tires. That's how that go. But this car has been parked in this garage, and the tires was on 41 when I pulled in this garage. That's the tire pressure I keep it at, somewhere around in there, because it takes 45, but this car, when you riding around on the road, seems to inflate by its damn self. So I keep it around 41 so it don't get too high, because the last time I had the back tire on 45, it inflated to 47. So I let a little air out to keep it in an area, so if it inflates on its own, it's not going to be over the maximum tire pressure. When you're going over the maximum tire pressure, that's how your tires explode and pop, pop, pow, boom, going down the highway. Because it's hot, you didn't check them tires, and now that tire pressure inflated, and now you got pressure, and then pressure that low, your tire pops, it blows. That's what's going on. And then if you got them underinflated, that's another thing with your tire. Check your tires. If your tires are underinflated, that's another problem. You messing up the tire. The loader that you're hauling is messing up the tire. Your truck is going to ride funny. Check your tires. But in the summertime, get that gauge, go around that truck, check the tires, make sure they ain't super inflated. Maximum tire pressure say 110, you looking at 125, 130 on the gauge, you got to let some of that air out. That is beyond the specs of the tire. But I picked a young lady up yesterday going to Southgate, had to make a U-turn on her block. As she get in the car and I start pulling off, all of a sudden the tire started sounding funny. And if you don't believe that somebody can log into the computer of your car without you knowing it, then you're mistaken. I believe somebody logged into the computer of this car when I was at a Dunkin' Donuts on 8 Mile and Gratiot. I stopped there to get a coffee and some donuts. And when I turned the car on, the display comes on immediately. It didn't this time. It stayed black. They do that over-the-air update shit. And people, that's why I don't let people connect their phones to the car when they get in the car. They always want to get in here and hook up their USB, talking about they want to use their phone charger. And I found out there's something they can do through the phone charging cord that transfers something, some type of data or something. And I got to do a little bit more research on that, but I stumbled across that. But the car, when they log into your car, they can make your car do stuff like that Tesla. See, and I'm starting to believe that's what the hell they've been doing. You've been logging into this car computer. I don't know if this tire is actually 25. It's probably going to say it when I go to they put the air in it. It's going to say it's 25, but how did it get 25? The normal function of a tire, if it's leaking air, it would be doing it immediately at the time something happened to it to leak the air. You're not going to be able to ride around hours, pick up people, end up back at home, park the car, and it's still at 41, and then all of a sudden you come out after it's been parked and you got one tire down on 25. So that's letting me know that somebody probably in this garage went walking around fucking with the tire, let the air out, because I had to let the air out of the back tire. And see, that's what they do. They watch this shit I do, and then they come around their car doing the same shit. I had to let the air out the back tire because the pressure was too high. If I catch that motherfucker here in this building or in this parking garage, your ass going to jail. This is not your car. This is not your vehicle. Just because you see this car in my videos, that's not for you to send your little flunkies around looking for it to do shit to. That's another thing they do. They look for what I'm driving. They want to know what truck I was in, what color it is, what's the truck number. Just same they do with this car. All these videos I'm making, putting the pictures of the car, I'm doing it on purpose. I want to see what you doing. I want to see if you come fuck with the car. And that's what they've been doing. They've been doing fucking tire issues like I'm still in trucking. I'm not buying another goddamn tire for this goddamn car. I done replaced this tire 3 fucking times. They done went all the way around this goddamn car with motherfucking tires. I'm not playing this game. You're not finna go in my pocket. That's another thing they do. They get people to go around fucking with tires so you can end up paying for tires. Then you hitting these potholes in the city of Detroit. I do not like that these are low pro. These tires here, I don't like these tires. They can't handle the road. We got so many potholes here in Detroit. You could just be riding and thinking the street okay, and all of a sudden your tire hit a pothole. Ain't no one time hitting a fucking pothole gonna keep doing all this to this damn tire. And now, the tire gauge is still on 25. So, you know what that's letting me know? That's letting me know that somebody let the air out. See, that's how you could pinpoint where shit happening at. If your tire pressure is still on 25 and it's not going down, that means somebody let the air out where you were parked at. You didn't have no tire issue. It wasn't no leak. Because if you had a leak, when you check it again, it should be well under 25. And the length of time I've been in my apartment, I've been here since I got home about 4:30. I've been at 12 hours. If it was an air leak, the tire should be flat. And it's not. Somebody that's in this building, that walks this garage, that's surfing my videos, that knows the car I'm driving, brought their ass over here and let the air out the fucking tire. They let the air out the tire while I was in my apartment, and I'm sick of it. You're not gonna keep playing tire games with me. You understand me? Your ass is gonna get caught. You gonna get caught doing what the fuck you doing because you fucking with somebody else's property. I don't own this goddamn car. And then the people that owns the goddamn car are gonna start wondering what the fuck is all this shit going on with these tires. They keep record of how many issues I have with the tires. And it's too many goddamn issues with the tires. City of Detroit, fix your goddamn potholes. But didn't no pothole do this. I'm finna get back in the car and I'm finna show you something. I'm finna prove to you what I'm talking about. All right. All that time I've been out there talking. I want you to see something. If it was an air leak, use common sense. Look at that. It still says 25. If it was an air leak, all this time I've been standing out there talking. If it was an air leak, it would be going down. It has not went down. So you know what that's telling me? That some motherfucker walked in this garage, came to this car, when it was parked here, after I parked, and let the fucking air out the tire. Your ass gonna get caught and you will go to jail. You a dirty ass bastard. You a deceitful ass bastard. And when your ass get caught, you're gonna be looking foolish. You're gonna be looking stupid. You need to stop doing this crazy ass shit. Ain't nobody telling you to do this shit. And if somebody is paying you to do that shit, I'm gonna get the money they paying you. Cause I'm gonna replace the money they paying you for the money I'm gonna spend out my pocket for all these tires I'm buying. You ain't gonna keep fucking with this goddamn car. If it was an air leak, it would be going down. That's the damnedest air leak I ever seen. It went from 41 to 25 and just stayed there. What the fuck kind of air leak is that? I'm not stupid. You are. Whoever this individual is at this goddamn apartment I'm staying at. You better stay your ass out this garage, this parking structure, fucking with this car and the motherfucking tires. I'm not the only tire I done seen flattened in this goddamn parking structure. Whatever your problem is, whatever your little vendetta is, whatever your little vindictive ass evil shit you got going on in your mind, I'm telling you, stay the fuck away from this motherfucking car.